looking to get from the guys this last week?
Just one more performance of continued improvement. Really been happy leading up until this moment at the guys' commitment and dedication to just getting better every week. And I think there's been some good moments on the field, and you're seeing that these guys are playing a pretty good brand of football right now, and I'm proud of that and appreciate their willingness to keep pushing. And so that's what I expect this week, is just to keep trying to get better.
What have you seen from Abdul just the last few weeks? Probably since the Patriots game or since the bye.
Yeah, just again his desire to be great, and he's committed to it. And we've talked a lot about him committing to his process and making some tweaks and changes, which is great. And it's just been more of that. And he's learned a lot in his rookie year, and I think you can't always force the process as well. So I think it's just been continued commitment by him, off the field, and then on the field he's had some success. And I think now at this point he's in a little bit of a groove and a rhythm and gained confidence. And so that's what you're seeing on the field for sure.
You got a game on Sunday, but looking forward, it's probably a big offseason for him, like just to maybe continue that development. What is the next step for him to come back next year as a consistent player like he's been in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, just to build off what he's built at this point. Yeah, I think he's in a pretty good place in terms of the production you're seeing on the field, and he's had a month of a good rhythm again, on and off the field. So for him going into next year, being able to draw from that confidence and start off even in this off season and OTAs and training camp where he left off, I think that'll jumpstart him for next year. And that's the importance of having these moments for him and feeling that success on the field and the payoff from his commitment to his process. He knows how that translates to NFL games now. So all off season, when it's time to come back to work, he'll be able to draw from that, and that'll fuel him as he works, for next year.
What do you make 16 and a half sacks for Brian Burns?
Again, a result of a commitment to his process. We've talked about that. It's been remarkable to see just how much or how he approached his process this year and how intentional he was. And so he's gotten some payoff from that. And every great pass rusher has a freebie or two every year in the sack department, so he's had some fortuitous moments in that regard. But again, it's reward for the work that he's put in, so that's how I see that.
What's it been like to be able to just draw up plays on third down with the guys like him and Abdul? You've obviously used them a little differently. Just what is that like as a play caller?
Oh, it's great. I mean, again, players over plays mentality, that's one thing to put guys in positions to succeed. But as imaginative as we can get as coaches, they still have to execute. So, but with those two guys in particular, the sky's the limit. Because they're so good and they're so versatile, you can do a lot. So the ways that we've been able to use them has been fun. But again, they're the ones that have to execute it, and they have. So as a staff, that has been enjoyable for sure.
What's it been like watching Darius Alexander these last few weeks, just seeing him kind of grow and make some strides a little bit this rookie year?
It's been great. Again, just going back to continued improvement and development. We talked about Abdul. I think it's been much the same for DA. He's just been working every week and focused on trying to get better, and it's kind of coming together for him now at this point in the season. And that's what you're seeing. But he's stayed focused and steadfast and tried to get better, and it's paying off now. Has it been perfect? It never is for anybody, but he's been working the whole time, and I'm proud of him on Bobby's interception. And we talked about it a lot last week, the rush and coverage being tied together, and it'll be no different this week with Dak. But on Bobby's interception, DA had a great rush, a power rush on the guard, and was able to walk him back and affect Geno's throw. So as great of a play as it was for Bobby, DA was as much a part of that and ended up contacting Geno to the ground. And, that was part of last week's game plan, is just getting hits on him early. And that was in the first quarter, and he kind of felt us the rest of the day. But that was an early blow that we talked about in DA. That was a result of him striking with power, using his length, running his feet. So that rush for sure is a high praise moment for him, but he also did it in the run game as well. There's a couple clips where he's striking and running his feet. And a couple weeks before that, he was striking blocks really well and not running his feet. So here he was just continuing to work and took it to the game, run and pass. It was great to see.
This is probably the last time we're talking to you this season in this format. Moving forward, how much do you think you've proven to people here and really the rest of the league that you can do this job, that you're a defensive coordinator in this league?
Yeah, I'm really not that concerned about that. It's just been a great honor and privilege for me to even be in this position, and the way it came about, of course. So I've just enjoyed having the opportunity to work with the players and coaches to make this as best as we can and try to win games. So that's where my focus is at right now. And I tell the players, all that stuff takes care of itself, just work hard, compete, do your best to win and improve, and that stuff takes care of itself. So that's really not on my mind at all right now.
Do you feel more comfortable now doing
sure.
it? Like, do you feel more yourself like game 3 or 4 than you did in game 1 and 2 maybe?
I do for sure. Yeah, no doubt.